Hello, hello, hello. I am Young Penitent, and welcome to my Icon Corner. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody to hit the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to my channel, because that is just what people do. Today we are going to be talking a little bit about cryptocurrency. This is a kind of a departure from my normal content, the kind of themes that I usually talk about. I have a little bit of a cold that I'm getting over. I've just been stuck at home for the last 5 days. I think a lot of people are sick out there these days, but you know, it's been a few weeks since I have been live, so I just wanted to, you know, press that go live button just to so I don't leave you guys without any content, any entertainment. And this is going to be an entertainment episode only. None of this should be construed as financial advice. Now, I know what you guys are all thinking. You're seeing this thumbnail that I shared with you. And what is this thumbnail? What is this kind of, I don't know, this guy? Who is he? What are we doing here, Young Penitent? What kind of thumbnail you got here showing us? This is Tredfi Boeb. And most of you, I realize, are completely flabbergasted, I guess. You don't know who Tredfi Boeb is. You don't know what's going on here. You thought this was a Orthodox Christian channel, and you got some cartoon of some guy with a cup with a Gillette on and a coffee cup in his hand. Well, I'm going to explain. Just have patience. We'll get around to it. Stick around, and we'll just share with you what's been going on, where that comes from. So I kind of got this idea for this stream because I have been tweeting recently about this meme coin, and the meme coin is called Tredfi, bro. And I can actually show you guys. Let me bring up that for you guys to look at. Because, you know, you got to have some visual stimulation. That's part of what makes it's part of what makes YouTube so interesting. You can have visual stimulation and auditory stimulation, and actually it's proven that a person can actually, oh, there we are, I'm streaming live to X. So a person can actually learn better. They can learn more effectively with both audio and visual stimulation. So I think necessarily, you know, it's good to learn from books, but it's not necessarily a bad thing to learn from videos. It's actually an effective way of learning. So I don't think we can just knock, you know, watching YouTube videos about a certain topic that we want to learn about. I think it's actually a good thing. It's so, don't worry if you're learning about orthodoxy by watching YouTube videos, that's okay. So I actually had to make a clarification here. Most people who are following my account are here because of my YouTube videos and so forth. And it's about this. This is what I've been tweeting over and over. Look, it's over on my timeline. This guy, this Tredfi bro. And here he is. Tredfi bro. What is this? This is a meme. Okay, so I'll get around to explaining the meme. I made a short about it. This is the Tredfi bro, and it's a meme in crypto. And I'm interested in crypto. And why I got interested in crypto because my by the way, if you're here watching live, if you want to say something, say hello in the chat. It's kind of crickets there, just to let me know you're watching. Say hi, say hello. But I got into crypto back in, I think, 2020 because my one of my godsons was into it, and he actually went on to eventually become a developer. He's a software developer, a programmer working in cryptocurrencies, and he got me in a little early. He helped me learn how to use cryptocurrencies, and he kind of got me in early, and there's a learning curve. And so before the bull run that happened in really started at the very beginning of 2021, when it really got going, when Bitcoin hit past its previous all-time high for that cycle, and it started to just roar up. Okay. And so you get that hit kind of when you invest a little bit of money, and then you get like 2, 3, 4 times what you put in a short amount of time, and it kind of it really does grab your attention. And so he got me into it, and I was learning, and I started playing around and learning how to use wallets and different, decentralized exchanges and centralized exchanges, and how to transfer money in crypto from here to there. And it's a learning curve. It takes time. And if you've never done this before, boy, I should have thought about my voice before I went live. I'll push through. If you've never been in crypto before, I don't, okay, here's what's happening. We have coming up a bull run. We're in a bull run. It's been a year. Bitcoin has been going up in almost a straight line for over a year. It went from like 16, 15K. Now it's starting to break all-time highs. And this happens in a predictable manner every 4 years. And I'll show you a chart here of this Bitcoin halving cycle. Where is it? Every 4, what is Bitcoin? Where's that chart? Bring me back that chart. I had it pulled up. Here, okay. So what is Bitcoin? Where does it come from? You get Bitcoin from mining Bitcoin. And computers solve an algorithm problem, and they get rewarded that's the mining process. And that's where Bitcoin comes from. And at the beginning, when Bitcoin was launched in 2009, you could get 50 every time you solved this problem. And then by solving the problem, the computers are allowed to enter they are the ones that get to enter the transaction onto the ledger, and they get rewarded for doing that work. And in the beginning down here, the first 4 years, you got 50 Bitcoin if you were the computer that were the first, if you solved that problem, and you got rewarded with 50 Bitcoin. And it's written into the code of Bitcoin that every 4 years, there's a halving, and the reward goes down by half. So here in around late 2012, it looks like, we had the first halving, went from 50 to 25 to 12.5, and what is that? What's that? 6 and a quarter or whatever. And we're coming up on another halving. And if you look here, I mean, I know some of you are, so I'm explaining this because a lot of my viewers might be older people or boomers or people who don't understand this completely. But I know some of you know this is very, very rudimentary stuff. So forgive me for being simple here and explaining the basics, but some people don't know. But if you see here, Bitcoin has this tendency to go up and then kind of to sag down, and it happens every 4 years. And then so it goes up right after the halving, kind of shoots up really, and then it'll start to sag down, and then you get close to the halving and it starts going back up. And this is a predictable thing. So I mean you can kind of see here that this is a logarithmic chart, but the amount, I mean, it appears to be that the amount of how much Bitcoin is going up is kind of be less and less over time. It's kind of flattening out a bit. That's what it appears. We don't know if that's going to continue. It very well may. But if you wanted to make money in Bitcoin, I don't know why you wouldn't buy Bitcoin 2 years before the halving and then sell it 2 years after the halving. And some people probably do that. And that is, that would be a very easy way to make money. So, were you guys seeing the right? Oh, I'm sorry. You guys weren't seeing the right chart. I need to stop that screen. Okay, sorry. Share screen. Let me go back. Window. That's what I want to do. Okay. No, forgive me for that. Okay, let me go and show you the Bitcoin halving. Okay, so here we are. Here, forgive me. This is what I was talking about. The Bitcoin goes up, then down, and up, then down, and up, and down every 4 years. And it's happening right now. We're really close to the Bitcoin halving, which happens around, looks like it's happening April 20th. And so Bitcoin is going to start to go up again. And it has been, but after the halving, it kind of accelerates. It tends to accelerate. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's happening right now. And when Bitcoin starts doing that acceleration, that's when you start hearing about it in the news and people get excited and they go on and they start dumping money into it. And that's when retail arrives, and so I want to caution people, don't get too caught up in this hype, because a lot of, you can't, when all the money's flowing in, it seems easy to make money, but it's just as much as fast as it goes up, it will go down eventually, unless you're maybe just buying Bitcoin, which is a safe play. But most cryptocurrencies are not something you want to buy and hold just long term. If you're, especially altcoins, they go up and then they're going to just fall right back down. And I'm kind of sounding like this TradFi bro. The TradFi bro meme is this guy who's in traditional finance, and he says invest in the S&P 500, and that's actually what my dad told me to do. He just said, if you want to invest, you just put money in the S&P 500 and it'll go up, and you'll get 10% a year, and in 10 years you double your money. But if you actually invest in Bitcoin, you'll probably double your money in 4 years. So maybe it's time to start changing how we think about investing. I really think crypto is going to be a long-term thing. This is not just a flash in the pan. But so getting back to this TradFi Bob and this Tredfi Boeb. What is this Tredfi Boeb? Okay, so I have to go backwards in time a little. Share my screen again. And so I'm going to go here to MAGA meme coin. So this is where it starts. This is a meme coin. What is a meme coin? Let me go even further back. This is Dogecoin. And Dogecoin was the first meme coin. created, I think it was like 2013 or 14 or something like that. It's kind of based off of Bitcoin a little bit. And Elon Musk made this one famous, and it was the first meme coin. And if we look at the meme coins by market cap, this is the biggest one. Doge is here are on CoinGecko.com. These are the meme coins. Dogecoin is the granddaddy, the original. It's at $26 billion. And at one point in the last cycle, it was reached up to 80 billion. And this is the one that, Elon Musk talks about. And if you want to invest in a meme coin, that's the one you want to do. I mean, that's like the safest play. I really actually think Doge, if you want to like make some gains in this market, you want to do a little better than Bitcoin, which might, go 2 or 3x from here. Maybe it'll probably do 2x or 2 to 3x is probably what it might do from where we're at. You could do a 10x. I think you could do a 10 to 20x with Doge, honestly, because Elon Musk is talking about integrating crypto payments on X, and it's very likely that he will choose Doge as the coin that will be how you like make payments on X. So, I mean, if you really want to do a risky, and that's the one most people can buy. If you don't know how to go onto a decentralized exchange, this is the one you can buy on Coinbase. You can buy it on Robinhood. It's easy to buy. Okay, so that's what a meme coin is. It's something that does nothing. Dogecoin started as a joke, and it has no function, and it's just a meme. But crazy enough, it has a $26 billion valuation, and meme coins are going nuts. And we're going to be talking about meme coins today. So stick around. Okay, let's go back to here to the MAGA coin. So they started this coin here. You know what? Dang it. Okay. Forget that. They started this MAGA meme coin, like I think it was last summer, and this is like a whole new class. So most meme coins were like dogs and cats, dogs mainly. It started as dogs. We had like, look at the top ones is Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, dog with hat. These are all dogs mostly. Okay. But MAGA, Trump started a whole new, was I showing you these? These are all dogs. Okay. So Trump started a whole new meme coin genre, which is polyfi, political finance. And then people started making other ones similar to that. So I'll show you the next one that came out. People actually tried to make a Biden coin because Trump coin did well. It went up to, 100 million, 200 million eventually. I mean, at its all-time high, it was at 500 million market cap. And so people are smart and they want to make money. And so like, okay, we're going to launch a Biden coin. So they launched a Biden coin, but it didn't do so well. It went up to it maybe reached 20 million, but then it just crashed down. Funny enough, nobody was interested in buying Biden. And I don't know why. Maybe people don't like Biden. That's probably why. So this one didn't do so well. So then some ingenious person came out with Bowden. This is Geo. See, look in the corner, Geo Bowden, and it's kind of a devolution of Joe Biden. It's making fun of him. And Joe Biden is actually doing well. This is a meme coin that surpassed Trump this week in market value. It's up like $250 million market cap. I know, crazy, right? So that's where that came from. So you kind of see how I'm kind of making telling a story here of how we're getting around to Tredfi Boeb. So I showed you this picture of the Tredfi bro here. And so I was like, okay, well, if they made Biden into Bowden, and they've been doing that with other people. They made one out of Tucker. It was like called Tucker. They made like a Nancy Pelosi, all these different figures. They've been making these kind of devolved characters. So I had my thumbnail guy, Sean, make me one of the Tradfi bro. So that's where that, picture came from. And that explains that. And I've been making memes and like kind of just, that's why my X timeline was full of posts with the Tradfi bro. I got involved with the marketing team of this meme coin somehow. I was in some obscure little Telegram channel with like less than 100 people in it, where this coin, this meme coin, the Tradfi bro CFA meme coin got launched. And so I was there from the beginning, and I kind of just became part of the community. And this is how meme coins work. Like people who, they hold the token and they get excited about it and they want it to do well, and they go out and they make memes and they spread it, and so I got involved with this one. And I'm going to tell you that meme coins, I'm actually thinking about making a meme coin myself. Meme coins are going nuts. We had what was it? Just like a day or two ago, there's this, meme coins are becoming like this way to you, and it is kind of degenerate. It is kind of gambling, but if you're smart, there's also some intelligent, like, what's going on here? David says, we're talking about meme coins. If you can, meme coins are kind of becoming like a whole new class. It's changing, it's evolving, and now, and if you can like identify a cultural trend, you can actually make money by doing that. So for example, we had like a day or two ago, this whole Christ is King thing came around, and people are talking about how if you say Christ is King, that's anti-Semitic somehow. I don't really understand. I don't really follow how that is true, but people are starting to talk about Christ is King. Christ is King. And so guess what someone did? They went and they made a Christ is King coin, and they just made this simple, a very simple website. This is all it is to it. And they launched it, and I actually saw this launch, and within like, within like a day, this market cap went up to almost 5 million. It wicked up to $5 million. Like, imagine if you're the person who you noticed this trend, this cultural trend, Christ is King, and you said, okay, I'm going to capitalize on it. You're a true capitalist. You create the coin, you quick, you know how to use computers. I actually saw this when it launched, when it was 20,000 market cap, 20,000 to 20K market cap. And I was like, oh, kind of wanted to get in on it, but I was away from my computer and I couldn't. And when I came home, it had already gone up to like 100,000. And then I was like, oh, I missed it. And then it went up to 5 million. If I had bought when I saw it, I would have done a 100x on my money in a day. That's the crazy thing that can happen in crypto. You can get 100x your money in a day, and that doesn't happen in traditional finance. And that's this whole Tradfi bro meme. This Tradfi bro is like, he's the guy who says, invest in the S&P 500 and 60% of your portfolio in equities and 40% in bonds, and very safe kind of thing. But the crypto is the Wild West. So that is that story. And I am trying to think, I really think, so we have this crazy, I think we really do have a crazy, in terms of cryptocurrency, we have a crazy bull run. David says, it's a lottery for nerds. It is kind of gambling. It is kind of, there's an element of gambling to it, but I mean, if you're smart and you can are good at noticing trends, and there's actually some some of the factors are not, it's not entirely, it's not entirely luck. Actually, it's like if you're a poker player, you're just playing against other people's, there's luck involved with the draw of the cards, right? But in this, there's no luck. It's more your skill, your own personal skill of identifying what's going to do good and what's going to do well, not. But this is kind of a sign of the times that people are just throwing money. people just you know, yes, culture aficionados, he says. Like, I do think that this is like we're creating culture here, and crypto is kind of an exciting upcoming culture. I feel crypto is like right now is like hip hop was in the 80s. Everyone was excited about hip hop and it was coming up. And since that happened, there hasn't really been a big exciting cultural trend, a new cultural trend. But I think crypto is that new exciting cultural trend. So I am actually thinking of making a meme coin, and I'll explain that. I'll explain why. We're going to have an enormous cycle this year, an enormous bull run in cryptocurrency. And why is that? Because we have the ETFs were launched on January 10th, and we have if you look, if you compare like what happened with gold after the gold ETFs launched, whenever that was back in 2001 or something, like gold just shot up, and it's very clear that it's doing the same with the Bitcoin ETFs. There's like hundreds of millions of dollars pouring into these Bitcoin ETFs daily, and yeah, ortho bro coin. I was I'm thinking of ideas. I'm mulling over it daily. Um, So we got these ETFs full, and now people, Bitcoin before was a little difficult to buy. You had to, make a Coinbase account, or you had to, do your own wallet and all this. It was kind of complicated, and you had to, custody yourself. People don't trust the centralized exchanges with their Bitcoin, so people didn't want to invest. But now you can just go into your 401k or whatever, your Roth IRA. You can just click, IBIT, Blackcoin, Bitcoin ETF. Now the boomers who have all the money in America, the boomers can just go click a button and they can buy Bitcoin. And they know it's going to do well. They're smart. And so, that's why we have enormous amount of money is. And honestly, if you never invested in Bitcoin or any crypto before, now it might be a good time just to put a little bit, just to get your feet wet, put a little bit on, even in an ETF, just to kind of, enjoy the ride up. And well, there's a couple different strategies you could do. I mean, there's a strategy of hodl, which is just hold on for dear life. You just buy it, and if you have like a 10-year horizon, you don't even need to look at the charts. You just buy dollar cost average and just buy some Bitcoin, and in 10 years, you'll be happy you did. Um, uh, That's opposed to the trading strategy, which I talked about at the beginning, where you can buy low a couple years before the halving, sell high a couple years after the halving. But so we have the Bitcoin ETF. Okay, so money is starting to pour in to Bitcoin right now. It's just pouring in. It's billions. It's billions and billions, billions and billions. And then we have the halving coming up. So the supply of Bitcoin is going to be cut in half, which always sparks off another bull run in crypto. So those are two factors. We're in a presidential election year. And so all the government kind of wants, they want the economy to be doing good. They want to, so everyone's happy. So they'll vote to keep the current regime in. So that's another factor. And the Fed is starting. They just had a meeting last week, and they're talking about reducing interest rates. They said we're going to reduce interest rates 3 times this year. So they're loosening economic policy. They've been tightening it for the last 2 years to try to get inflation in control, because they printed all that money, and so inflation was going nuts. And in inflation, this is kind of part of the reason why we have Bitcoin. It kind of solves this problem. We have, fiat currency. They can just print it into oblivion. And Bitcoin kind of, I don't want to say it's like it moral necessarily, but it's maybe a better form of money. And you know the reason, like, you look at the price of gas cost 25 cents in like 1970, and now it costs $4. And that's not because gas is more scarce or it's harder to find, harder to get out of the ground or anything like that. That's just because they just printing more money. 2 years 2% inflation is the target, they say. But inflation, Bitcoin is actually deflationary, so that's why Bitcoin is not going, you can never really inflate it out, uh out of existence. So we have those four, big macroeconomic, um, those four big macroeconomic trends, are contributing factors to what's going to be a big bull run coming up, and money's just flowing in. Like I said, I showed you this Christ is King, just within a few days, $5 million. Okay, so it's like the dot-com bubble. You just need to start a website and people are going to throw in money, and that's why I really think making a meme coin, it might be a good choice in the next year. And I have my godson, God bless him, he's an Ethereum developer. He knows how to do it, and so we're talking about trying to make a coin on base chain. And every day I'm kind of thinking of ideas, and I'm looking at what's been done, and it's got to be new. You can't, you can't. We can't be, doing something that's been done before, or else it's not going to do well. I might just do a pump and dump. I don't want to do that. I want to do something that, stick around. Something's going to be happening. So David says, death to the world coin. Yeah, I was thinking big gum, might be good, but the problem is there's like, I don't know how many Orthodox people are really into crypto, and we need something that will appeal to a very broad audience. Was there anything else I had to? I mean, I can go through. I've been making like memes and stuff. I can go through a few of those maybe. We need them. Like the idea has to be new, and now that I've been part of this other coin that I'm talking about, I see kind of on the ground level what it takes to make a meme coin successful, and you really, it does require work. You don't just launch it and it takes off on its own. No, you have to be out there every day making social media posts and memes and Twitter and tagging people and content daily. It takes a lot of work. It takes a community. So I mean, I would have to recruit people and get a whole bunch of people in it. And so I mean, I don't know, maybe it's too much, but I can go through a couple of these like memes I've made. So I made this one. So the Tredfi, so 1000x in one day, no thanks. 4% annualized returns, CFA. So that's like the Tradfi bro, because these crypto people are just making money like hand over fist, and these Tradfi bros are like just beating inflation by 4% a year, and so it's kind of funny. This is interesting. These were two meme coins. I'm not going to read them out loud, but you can read them if you're looking at the screen. Two meme coins that were at the top of Dex Screener this week. I thought that was interesting. Tredfi Boeb. So I just wanted to give you guys some, content. I have not streamed for a worldly meme, is what he says. Yeah. Well, no, yeah. I just want to I don't want to necessarily a worldly meme, because I just want something that hits the nail on the head. We're gonna, I'm gonna just think about it, mull over the idea. But yeah, I just wanted. This is just like I'm trying something new here. This has mostly been like Orthodox Christian. What does this have to do with Orthodox Christianity? I don't know, nothing really. This is something I'm interested in, so I just wanted to go live. Didn't want to leave you guys without an episode for too long. Sometimes I reach out to people, and interviews don't always come through. So, and also, we're in Great Lent, so kind of time to focus on the spiritual life, is less on internet stuff. And so that is that. I do, what else was there? Yeah, this meme coin craze, it's crazy because people are, people these days, people in our generation, like, just look at my own personal example. Like, I've been working, for like 20 years since I got out of college. I'm still renting. I have no way ever to, I'll never, I'm not a professional. There's no way I'm ever gonna own a home, you know, or be able to even afford to get a mortgage or anything like that. And that's not just me, that's everybody. People are working at coffee shops and they're just getting by. It's not like it was 50 years ago where you could afford a home. If I'm a groundskeeper. I work with my hands. 50 years ago, you could buy a house if you were a groundskeeper and raise a family on the money you made, you know? You can't do that anymore. And so that's why people feel like they have to go to these risky, meme coins and these, you know, it is kind of a sign of it's a sign that the times are desperate, like people have nothing to gain really. They're just kind of depressed, nothing to lose. Well, they have something to lose, but nothing to gain really. So that's kind of like why we have David sending in. God bless you, David, sending in ideas in the chat. I'll never own a home coin. And crypto gives you that promise, though, because the crypto gains are insane. You invest. If you listen to Tradfi, bro, and you invest in the S&P 500, you get 10% in a year. But if you invest in crypto, it's not strange to get 10 to 20 to 50 to 100% in a day. It does go up and down real quick, and it's volatile. And I don't know, it kind of suits me. I don't really mind the volatility, the up and down. So what else was there to talk about? I mean, I think I've basically gone over it. So this is a short episode. I'm glad for everybody who's joined me. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all at the next one.